Hey everyone, this is Daniel, and in this video I want to give you a quick overview of some of the key updates that caught my attention at the Microsoft Business Application Summit. Few of them had to do with the Canvas, it had to do with the Power Platform Admin Center, and Teams. But before I jump in, first, here's my intro video. Okay, let's jump in. So the big announcement that really caught everybody's attention was the whole concept of conversions. And what that basically means is that moving forward, they're looking at merging the app maker. So if you think about it right now, there's actually three different places where we are making apps, right? There is the Canvas Designer, there is the Canvas Designer for Teams, and then there's the model-driven apps. So what they're talking about is the conversions or the merging of the Canvas maker at the roadmap over here. And here was a really great example that they talked about. So take a look over here. In this section, basically, you're starting out more on the model-driven side. So in the model-driven side, you're coming in over here. The first thing you can do is it says add a new page. But when you create a new page, you can go ahead and create tables. You can go and add it. And this whole holistic look is just a single place in a single studio. We're going and doing that. And it's so neat because some of the tables which are there, which you and I already know, that they've got a beautiful templates. So in the templates, you can go ahead and select them. It is also responsive. So as you went and selected which type of responsive design you want to see, it automatically went and did it. In addition to that, we can go and take a look at the form. We can modify the form. Over here, we're going ahead and changing it from the edit form or making manipulations to the edit form as well. There are certain things that you don't want. You can modify the label. You can go ahead and modify the field. You can go and hide label. But again, this is more from the model-driven apps perspective, and you're making changes from all of that section over here. Now, in addition to going ahead and making all these changes, there are a couple of things you can do. And as you can see, in the next section we're going to do is you come over here, and in all of this place that you've done the model-driven apps, you now have that option to see, hey, plus custom Canvas page. Well, in the same page now, I can switch over and build Canvas-driven apps as well. So this is the whole concept of conversions that is coming along, because I just went ahead and worked on model-driven apps. I was able to go ahead and use a template, do some tables. Now I've switched over directly into my Canvas app, and in the same breath, I can go ahead and start putting in my designs. I can went ahead and start putting in my components. Just one-stop shop place to do all the designing. And that was the whole concept of conversions that they talked about over here. Now, the concept of conversions and its authoring roadmap, they said that it is going to start coming out, at least the designer's wave 1 is going to come out in 2022. So something to kind of keep an eye on, but that was what was announced over there. That's what caught my attention, the big one. Next one a lot was on the monitoring, and specifically on the monitoring, some of the things they talked about, and when I say monitoring, by the way, it's the Power Platform Admin Center, but a lot of these things were already announced at Ignite, but here, what caught my attention was the self-service analytics. So the way it was explained was that when it comes to either a Power Apps or it comes to the Power Platform Admin Center over there, you can either get data up to 30 days or you can get data up to 28 days, depending on where you see at it. But thanks to the self-service analytics, you will now be able to export your telemetry and then go ahead and use that in the Azure Analytics section over there. And this is great because now I'm no longer bound by the 30 or 28 days. I can go and export the data and keep saving that in my Azure Analytics and then have more logging data so I can actually see how the health of the app has been, or my entire tenant has been, as it has grown over the period of time. So this is something which is coming soon. I've got a big excitement for this one, and I'm excited to see, because the 28 days and 38 days was kind of not enough, but now I have the flexibility to export that data. Next, again this was again in the Power Platform Admin Center in the monitoring section. The way they described it was that it's a place to easily identify, accelerate app adoption through single glass pane. What they basically said is that now you can go ahead and see the health and the functioning of your Power Platform at the tenant level. Now this is huge because right now, as you and I know, especially the Power Platform admins, when you go into the Power Platform admin, you go into the environments, you are only able to see it at each of the environment level. But they're going to release this functionality where now you can see it at the tenant level. Just get a very good quick snapshot of how your tenant is doing, the health of your tenant, as far as the usage level, the maker activity over there, the app inventory. And they were very honest that This is not going to provide too much information, but enough information to give you a good snapshot of how your tenant level is doing over here. And just another screenshot of how the whole application is. Now, the other thing that they really said, which really got me, I was happy when I heard that, because these guys listen, is that they knew that even though they have Center of Excellence, that this is such an important piece that people have always been looking at Center of Excellence, is that they want to know how is the health of the entire tenant, that they understood that this was of high importance. That's why they took that out of the Center of Excellence and they've directly made that available out of the box for admins like you and I. Now, this will still be available in the Center of Excellence, and they actually talked about that, is that, hey, Center of Excellence is still a great tool to go ahead and do all your analysis and just monitor the health of your tenant. But this was important just to get tenant level analytics. And so they've taken that, and this is going to be coming out soon. Really got me excited on that. So let's switch gears a little bit now. They also talked about Teams. So in Teams, they're making it easier for you to go ahead and now deploy a single app to share across the entire tenant over there. Now, this is not new. At least it wasn't new because I said it was announced at Ignite, and we've seen some demos on that already. But it's easy the way to extend it. What that extension means, and I'll talk about it in a few seconds. But they also said that they're going to now provide you more templates for faster adoption. And these were the 5 templates to get started with. They're going to go ahead and release 5 more templates. And the big ones they were saying was that a profiling template over there. You might have already seen the place. There's a template to go ahead and see people's profiles and kind of get the pictures and managers and everything. This is just going to be an enhancement of that. And more of these apps are coming out. And this is what they were talking about, is that organization of the apps at the tenant level, which means if somebody has gone ahead and built an app and they want to share at the tenant level in Teams, you can go ahead and put it to the Teams App Store, share it over there. The other option was it's already built in a team and they want to share it with people outside the teams, but they don't want to share their chats or any of the files. Well, you can at least go and share the app, and then the sharing of the app is using now the permissions over there called share with colleagues, and that only shares the table and the app. It doesn't share all the Teams conversation. So all in all, they had talked about all of these new features. Again, these 4 were already announced at Ignite, so they weren't quite new for Embass over here, but again, good things to be aware of so that you can also keep an eye on that. And then they also showed this roadmap over there. Again, most of these things were already announced at Ignite, but it's just a good information to have. Finally, I cannot end this video by just thanking them for all the thanks they gave to the community over there. I mean, they really did their job thanking the community. So me as a community member want to thank back to Microsoft and the Microsoft Business Application people, because you guys really take good care of us, and I want to thank you for that. And they went ahead and also talked about the Power Addicts, which was great. I was so happy about that, because Power Addicts is not a person or a community. It is to do with every app maker, which is either you or me, and they were able to actually talk about that. So the Power Addicts and all the information, I'll put the link down over there. Go ahead and attend our monthly meetings on that, and I hope forward to see you in the next meeting. So this was just an overview for the Embass. I was excited about it. Some of them are new stuff, some of them are not so new, all of which you need to be aware of. So as always, keep power apping. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. Remember, this is all free with fresh content that is updated on a weekly basis. So if you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you, and spread the word. If you haven't already, subscribe, click on the bell notification, and let the learning begin.